Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of more Am I the A-hole? Yes, because I've got a juicy one. I always say that, but this one is quite good. This is from a throwaway account, but yeah, are they using real names? Ooh, interesting. Okay, this is not Am I the A-hole, this is like relationship advice, because I thought it would be quite good to do something a little bit different. But yes, this one looks juicy. So, my 26 male girlfriend, 24 male, openly does not agree with my mom's 62 female choices. Am I unreasonable to break up with her over this? Oh, what does she disagree with? Let's see, shall we? I can kind of understand why mother-in-laws become monster-in-laws, because some of these girlfriends are monsters themselves, so you can kind of see why. So, my girlfriend Rachel and I have been together for 8 months. Oh, so new, goodness me. We recently made a trip out west for a little over a week's vacation. Our last stop was paying a visit to my parents. This was the first time my girlfriend met them. We stayed over their place for a couple of days before returning home. Cute. When we arrived at my parents' house, my mum said that she got our room ready and to go ahead and make ourselves at home and relax and go into the hot tub if we wanted. That's very nice of your mother. Rachel acted surprised and said something like, "You mean we get to stay in our own bedroom together?" Wow, my parents would never allow that unless we were married. Okay. My mum laughed and said that they were thinking of taking us out for dinner later if we would like, and just to let her know when we would like to go. Your mum sounds very sweet, just gonna say, like most mums. Not all, but most. We did our own thing for a few hours, fooled around like sneaky teenagers too. I felt good about being back home with Rachel. We all drove together to the restaurant and chatted about what we did on our vacation and reminisced about the neighbourhood. At dinner, Rachel started talking about marriage and kids and said something like, "I have to have kids before I hit 30. It doesn't matter for guys though, but we women can't procrastinate." Why is everyone in such a rush to have children before 30? I get it, but a lot of women are having children in their mid to late 30s, even their 40s, and they are managing just fine. I think we push women too much to have babies at a young age because it's not realistic anymore. It's not. It takes a lot to raise children. It's expensive. And in this world right now, where the wages are not meeting the correct standard of living, you know, it's impossible. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit political. I don't want to get political because it just ruins things. Not always. Anyway, it was a little awkward. I wasn't sure if Rachel was just nervous or didn't realise my parents had me when they were older or just didn't care. My parents didn't say much, but I know that they weren't particularly impressed by Rachel. Oh, yeah, I can kind of see why. Maybe she didn't know that your parents had you when they were older. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong whatsoever. So people need to chill out, okay? When we got back to our room for the night, I asked Rachel why she brought that up, and didn't she know that my mum had me older? She said she knew. Oh, okay, she knew. She said she knew, and that she didn't agree with my mum's priorities and that my parents are too liberal. The next day we returned back to the other coast. Okay, so she's Republican. Great. Psycho. Not saying all Republicans are psycho, but majority of you are, because look what you did. You voted for a psychopath, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, because you know what you did. I love my parents and my mum is amazing. I like Rachel's frankness. I always found it refreshing, but she just came across tactless to me. She did, and your mum seems really sweet as well. And to say that your mum's priorities weren't in the right place is actually really rude. His mum's priorities were in the right place because they had a child when they were ready, when they were financially secure. You stupid girl, having a child just because you know you have to before you're 30 because you're indoctrinated and think that you have to, it's stupid. Dumb. Yeah, she's 24, like, grow the up. Grow up before you have kids. You're still a child yourself, my goodness. I'm kind of bugged by Rachel's behaviour. It's weird, but I feel like her not respecting my mum means she does not respect me. Yes, absolutely. I think this is grounds for breaking up, but I am not sure if I'm being irrational. Any advice or thoughts? TLDR, I don't know what that means. People in the comments, please can you let me know? My girlfriend looks down on my mum's choices and does not care that she was rude. Yeah, no. That's not good. That's very rude. This is a very good comment, actually, from Longodong0. I hope I said that right, sorry. OP, read this comment like 10 times. It is absolutely baffling to me that your girlfriend would dare call your parents too liberal when she was reaping the benefits of them being too liberal while she was there. Your girlfriend is rude. I would feel embarrassed if my SO treated my parents that way. Another comment from Feral Cat Romance. Where do you get these names, people? Oh my god. Seriously, that is horrible. My mother-in-law had my husband and his sister when she was 14, 17 and 19. Oh my god. Yes, it's insane. And she was stupid and irresponsible. But even I would never bring it up in front of her. And I especially never say anything about teen pregnancy in front of her. Yeah. Have people not heard of condoms? Like, use condoms, people. It's the lack of education that's what's wrong with this country. This world, sorry. Lack of education. I think you should break up with her. I really do. But there is an update. So let's have a look, see what there is update about. Okay, so there was an update the next day. And whew, it's a bit of a longish one. So let's get right into it, shall we? Thank you for all the comments. I was pretty surprised by the volume. I was trying to downplay my concerns about the incident at my parents'. Yes, and now look what's happened. I met up with Rachel at her place before maybe heading for dinner together. I let her know that I wanted to talk about what she said about my mum during vacation. I'm just going to provide a dialogue about what was exchanged to make it easier for me and hopefully less confusing. Okay, me. I'm still trying to understand why you said what you said at dinner and why you are in such disagreement with my mum. Rachel, it's so weird how good looking your dad still is. What? Where did that come from? Okay, he could have been a model when he was younger. Your mum is not anywhere in the same league as your dad. What is wrong with this woman? Me, I don't understand what you're talking about. Yeah. Rachel, I think it's odd that they are together. It's creepy. What the f***? Me, my parents love each other. I don't get the problem you have. I think you purposely brought up having kids earlier than my mum to criticise her. Rachel, well, I don't like your mum. I don't have to like her. Oh, get rid of her. Get rid of that like as soon as you possibly can. She's going to try and have an affair with your dad and try and steal your dad from your mum because she is nasty. Little nasty girl. The rest of the conversation was more pulling teeth. I had already given thought about what happened last weekend, and I guess I share a chapter or two from my parents' book. I want to feel confident about my partner. Rachel gives me doubt, no comfort. Yeah, I'm not surprised. A lot of the comments mentioned that I may have been oblivious and that I initially perceived as frankness was likely always tactlessness. That I may have not noticed it was tactlessness because I was in agreement. I think these were factors, but I also didn't agree with Rachel always on her opinions. I just didn't disagree either. Yeah. I think you liked her and you wanted to play happy family and it's not working out. Sorry, darling. I broke up with Rachel last night. Yay! Yay! Well done. Her parting words were, "A mama's boy is just plain ugly, and you're cursed with your mum's looks." Oh, what a total. Sorry, I can't. I'm so glad you got rid of this nasty, raggedy piece of. Oh, I'm horrible. There's an edit. "So I rang my parents to let them know that I had broken up with Rachel. I spoke with my dad first and he said, 'You made a good decision. She was dumber than a box of hair.'" Yes, Dad. Always good looking with a sense of humour. I like that in a man. "I then spoke with my mum and she asked why I ended it. I told her that she was too irrational and contradictory. She wasn't convinced that was my entire reason, so I told her everything since she has a pretty thick skin. She had a real good laugh and said that Rachel's just a mean girl and she's glad that it didn't take me longer than 6 months to work out that one. And she also told my dad he still got it." Good. Yes, so in the end he broke up because she was tactlessness. She sounds like a douchebag, in my opinion. But some comments are quite funny. From Decolt, her parting words, "A mama's boy is just plain ugly, and you're cursed with your mama's looks. It so seldom happens that our life decisions are validated so immediately and unashamedly. Onwards." Yes, I think so. Another one from Smitty. "That line is so much cringe, I can barely stand it. She's trying to insult him in verse. What the F?" OOP commented as well. "Hey, I thought so too. I actually have been laughing it over. I agreed with her last words were a favour to me. I won't be second guessing this breakup. Good. She sent me a bunch of texts today saying she didn't mean anything and to give her another chance to explain. No. I'm tired of how contradictory she is and I don't feel obligated to listen to another explanation. She's already crossed the line of no return." Yay! We like this. Yes! We like this a lot. Another comment. This is a top comment from Dam_blanket. Oh, damp, sorry. Damp_blanket. Dam_blanket would be a good name too. She thinks it's creepy that a good-looking older man is with someone she considers not good-looking. I could get maybe thinking he's out of her league as an inside thought, but how in the world would you be that creepy? Yeah, exactly. I don't say shit like that out loud. Way damn. Either. Way damn. Another comment from La Kitten Whispers, coupled with her own comments about OOP's mum having OOP later in life and about women's biological clocks, I'm going to say that Rachel has a lot of internalized misogyny. Yes. She acts as though she's in a competition with OOP's mum and feels like the need, therefore, to tear down her appearance and life choices. Yes, that is a very good observation, actually. Rachel seems to be very insecure with herself and she needs to get over the fact she is, not the prettiest, nor the brightest, and she never will be. And she realised she because she wanted OP back because she was trying to explain her reasoning for being a mega. I think we can do one more, shall we? I think so too. Moving on. Okay, so am I the a-hole from Massive Historian 91? Am I the a-hole for telling my co-worker I was miscarrying after she tried to get me into trouble for excessive bathroom use? Oh, okay. Oh, it's gonna be, yeah. Note, English is my second language. That's fine, darling. I speak English as my first language, and I still mess up all the time, so I'm sure you're fine. I, female 26, have a co-worker, Mary, whose main goal at work is to get the rest of us in trouble. Oh, I hate people like this. I really hate people. Today, I was apparently the target. When I got back from lunch, my boss asked me to talk and explained how a co-worker had complained that I had excessive bathroom use and that she and the other co-workers had to pick up my slack. Excessive was 10 minutes in 4 hours before lunch, and I took 40 minutes for lunch instead of the 30 we're supposed to. I was 8 weeks pregnant when I started miscarrying on Tuesday and called in sick to work. Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. It's so painful to go through that. I can only imagine. I've had friends who have miscarried, and yeah, it's devastating. It's really devastating, so I'm really sorry. I was off work yesterday since I am working Saturday, but decided to come into work today to try and use work to distract myself instead of sitting at home wallowing. Oh, darling. You're very brave, but I understand why you did it, but you shouldn't, because you need time to heal. I ended up explaining the situation to my boss to end the conversation. She apologised to me and offered me a couple of days off, but I want to be at work to distract myself. As your boss should apologise. You know, definitely get both sides of the story before you start accusing people of things. After the meeting, Mary was looking extremely smug, clearly thinking she had gotten me into trouble, and I was so angry. Yes, I bet you were. So I told her, sorry if she was distracted by me being away from my desk for 20 minutes. Since I was miscarrying, I figured it was fine. Mary looked shocked and didn't speak or even look at me for the rest of the day. Yes! Get the... Take her down! She needs to be taken down! After work, a co-worker I am friendly with said that while I am technically right and Mary was completely out of line, I shouldn't have said anything, knowing it would create an uncomfortable work environment. I don't care! Mary's creating an uncomfortable work environment. OP has just put an end to it. Ta-da! Fight fire with fire sometimes, you know, you really have to. I don't feel like I did anything wrong, and if Mary wants to micromanage everything, she should expect uncomfortable situations to arise. Absolutely. But I also get Mary isn't the only co-worker this gets uncomfortable for, and I don't want to make things harder for my co-workers I actually get along with. Yeah, I understand that, but Mary is the one who's in the wrong here, massively. So, am I the a-hole for telling Mary I was miscarriaging when she tried to get me into trouble and making things uncomfortable at work? Sorry for my mistakes, English is my second language. Darling, you made no mistakes. It was actually very good English, so don't apologise. I definitely think you are not the a-hole. I think Mary is the a-hole for making you feel that way. She's a goody two-shoes who likes to see other people get in trouble. And quite frankly, you did such the right thing, because now maybe she'll consider, you know, opening her mouth before she does anything, because this needs to be taken down a peg or two. And you did a great job, so well done for that. So let's go to some of the comments. Top comments. Mr. Sanjuro 75. So your co-worker, not Mary, thinks you're right, but you should have done more to make things comfortable. Screw that, you miscarried. Mary deserves to be uncomfortable. She's a busybody who needs to mind her own business. If she's uncomfortable at learning the reason you abuse the bathroom policy, abuse in abbreviation, the bathroom policy, then you shouldn't have ran to the boss. Absolutely. Mary can go and screw herself. Mary can go and shove herself down the toilet. Another comment from Xavier, I think that is. If I was a manager and I had an employee like Mary that had a clear history of reporting their co-workers over things, unless those things were criminal acts or major violations of company policy or the law, such as safety violations, then I'd be firing Mary. Yeah. She's sorry, but she needs to keep herself to herself. If nothing else, given what OP told the manager about why she's been in the bathroom so much, I'd be terminating Mary for that, because harassing and trying to police someone going through a medical issue, and I'd actually argue it's not just a medical issue, but a medical emergency. Yes, I 100% agree with that. That person is 100% right. I would fire Mary too, because she is harassing other members of staff because she thinks it's her right place. I don't get what is with people who think that they are entitled to be like that to other people. I don't understand it. I never will. It really frustrates me. And some people really need to get a life. You just need to get a life and get over yourself. Anyway, another one from Ice Seeker. Agreed. She is only creating an environment that is unstable and not healthy for other people. Yes, absolutely. And she also relishes on that which is disturbing. You don't want someone like that around with a toxic presence. It could affect how other people work and thrive as human beings, which will hit the whole company in the long run. Absolutely. I 100%. So, my darling, you are definitely not the a-hole whatsoever. And Mary can go and shove it up her ass where the sun don't shine. Anyway, thank you very much. That's all for today. Thank you guys again for watching. Really appreciate it. Give this a comment, like, subscribe. Please, that would be very grateful. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.